So in this video we're going to be talking about if there's a will, there's a way. So if there's a will, there's a way. This saying I've been saying on this channel for a while, now that I've pretty much since I started making videos. And basically what it means is if you have a will, there is a way to achieve whatever you want. And personally I like to take this belief, it's a good belief to take in because it's like it's a positive, encouraging belief where if you believe that you can achieve something, you can. And it's just about having the will to do something about your situation. And the reason I believe in this, if there's a will, there's a way, is just because of my past. It starts from the fact that I started from like the bottom. Like I used to, if I honestly would rate myself physically, I think I looked like a 1 out of 10 before, or like max 2 out of 10. And like now I would, it's hard to say exactly, but like let's just say at least I feel like a 6 at least out of 10, like physically now. And just the fact that I've gone up in so much, like in physical appearance from what I used to be, though I used to be in a pretty bad situation since I used to be very overweight. But anyways, I feel like I've improved myself so much and I've changed my life in so many ways, in every area of life, both like intellectually, physically, mentally, spiritually, that I think if you honestly have the will to change, you can change your entire life if you really want to. Now everybody has different circumstances and opportunities in life, of course, but I like to believe that if you just have the will, you can strive for it. Like that's really what matters, is 50% is believing that you can do something, and then the 50% is just action and just doing the things you need to do. Now that's why I believe that if there's a will, there's a way. The thing about will is, though, will can be fleeting sometimes. Sometimes we don't have the will to do things because we lack of motivation and things like that. But I think motivation is very fleeting, and I've never really used motivation. I lost motivation many times throughout my journey. Even right now, I'm not feeling super motivated to do all the things that I usually do, because there's been, like, if something bad happens in my life, or I just kind of feel like things are not going exactly the way I want them to, you start losing motivation. But that's when like discipline and your will kicks in. Having the discipline and just using your will to do things and making it happen, that's when things start happening for you. It's like when you just push through those times when you don't feel like it, that's when the real growth happens. And you still when you keep going and you see the progress even when you're not motivated, that progress is going to make you more motivated. As you keep going, it's like, damn, I just made some progress. I wasn't motivated, but I did what I needed to do. And then suddenly you feel more motivated again. It's just pushing through that period of not having motivation, then you see the progress, and then you get that motivation back. Now I think a lot of people like doing like self-improvement and improvement of their life. I feel like a lot of people just expect self-improvement to magically fix your life and whatever. But the thing is, you need to enter self-improvement with the mindset of, like, a lot of men do it for women and external reasons and whatever, and they obviously want to get better for themselves as well. But a lot of men do this where they don't understand that they need to do it for themselves, first of all, completely, and second of all, obviously for their future. And the most important thing to keep in mind is doing the right things. Just because you're doing some things like, I don't know, meditation, journaling, whatever, a lot of these things are very good for your mental health, and you will surely look better if you're in a bad spot. If you do these things, these will make your mental health better. It's like meditation, journaling, mindfulness, spending time in nature. These are very important things for your mental health and spiritual health, and perhaps, I don't know, if you want to go into God and whatever, but like spirituality. But these are important things, but inherently they don't change the outcome of your life completely. Like you still have to put in the action to do what, if it's like a business or a job, career opportunity, studying in school, going to the gym, you still have to put in action towards these physical things to make physical things happen. I feel like there's a lot of like this advice on self-improvement still, where it's like a lot of this stuff is just, some of it is a little bit physical, but a lot of this advice is for the mental health side of things, which is important, of course, to have a will, strong will to do something and desire to achieve things. You need to have your mental health in check, because that's like the most important part, of course. But if you aren't putting in the action towards the right things, you're never gonna get to where you want to get to. So you need to figure out and write it down what you actually want to achieve physically in the physical world, so you can attract those physical things into your life. And to attract those physical things into your life, you first have to know what it is that you want, and you have to also work towards it, whether it's every day, preferably, most likely, whatever it is that you want. You have to work towards it. Like right now I'm studying for my degrees. Soon I will have my bachelor's degree, and then I'm doing my master's, and that's a physical thing I'm doing. Maybe not all the time every day, but pretty much every week I'm putting in effort to get those things, and that's a physical outcome that I'm going to achieve, and that's real improvement of my life happening. Or going to the gym almost every day, that's physical improvement that I'm going to be seeing. Especially when I'm bulking, I'm going to see the progress physically happening because I'm putting in the action. And it's a lot of people do a lot of these like fluff activities, like, well, not really fluff, but like they're like learning a new language and they're expecting it to change their life. Unless you have a goal with that language, where you're planning to use it for something like a business or going to get a job, you're probably not going to see the physical result right away in like 6 months. Same thing with the gym. You're not going to change entirely in 6 months. Most people don't change in like 6 months. Like a lot of people talk about like ghost for like 6 months. It's not enough. Like 6 months is like, it's a small period of time. And unless you're incredibly lucky, genetically gifted or whatever, you're probably not going to achieve anything in 6 months. Like drastically. You will achieve a lot of things in 6 months if you put in the work in the right areas and do the right things you need to do for your goals. But at the end of the day, you need to pick your battles and choose where you put that energy into, and it's going to take longer than 6 months. You should be thinking in terms of like a year, years, and even a decade when it comes to achieving something big. Or even like career, if it's like studying in school, you should be thinking about it like, okay, I'm gonna get my master's in like 5 years or whatever, bachelor's in 3 years, and then I can get a job in a good field or like whatever. But again, it's gonna take time. So again, just remember to think in the future mindset, do what you need to do, have your goals, and that's the most important thing, I think. For if there's a will, there's a way. This is kind of, I tried to, in this video, explain the concept of if there's a will, there's a way. It's a simple saying in a sense, but I feel like there's a lot of things that encompass this simple phrase, because it's like it encompasses everything when it comes to achieving things in life. And that's the whole point of if there's a will, there's a way. And the whole point of that is to get to where you want to get to in life. If you have the will to do it, you can do it. That's what I believe. Is it hard? Yes, life is hard. It's hard to achieve everything you want, but you just have to have self-belief and do it. And at the end of the day, a failed life where you didn't achieve everything you wanted, at least you tried and you lived a fulfilling life and you lived your dream rather than not living your dream. And at the end of the day, there's a good chance you'll actually succeed instead of failing. If you really put in the effort, there's a good chance you'll actually succeed. If you just put in every day the effort, there's a good chance you will succeed eventually. And you keep getting better all the time in your craft, whatever it is, there's a good chance you'll succeed. And there are easier fields to get into and there are harder fields. Like a business might be hard to build compared to like getting just a normal career and a master's degree. That's probably easier, way easier. So again, pick your battles, choose what it is you want in life, whether it's hard or easier, and just do what you need to do. If there's a will, there's a way. Thank you for watching.